now.
Hi everyone, I'm Ian from AnandTech.com and I've been testing this, the Huawei Mate S with Force Touch in wonderful rose gold. Now, I'm not the usual smartphone reviewer, but sometimes I get these devices in the test and I just put it through my regular workflow and list the good and bad what I find with the device. So I've put a written account of what I think about it on AnandTech, and there are a few features to the device which is actually quite hard to write down in text, so I'm going to do this short video to take you through a few of those. Now, the first one is the fingerprint sensor. So the device I had before this, or the one before that, was the HTC One Max, and that had a swipe sensor, and that sensor was actually pretty bad. It would get it right 30% of the time, maybe. The one from the Mate S is great, 90 to 95% of the time, register 5 fingers, so 3 on one hand, 2 on the other, and it's really nice and quick. And it's quick compared to even the Nexus 6P, which is what we're actually recording this video on. Whereas the 6P, you have to hold it for longer to get a fully registered unlock, but I find this to be really nice and quick, and it does the job fine. One of the other features is the interview mode for audio. So what this does is, because there is a microphone at the top and the bottom, you can put it on a flat surface and it will record the sounds of the two people in the interview. One of the bad things about this is the notification screen. So even with a light background, as you saw, I can't see any of my emails through the Gmail app. It's all black text on the black background, and there's no way to change that. That's a pretty serious oversight, and I find that quite annoying. I guess another negative aspect is the battery life. Battery life does roughly a day on light to medium use. If you're going to do something heavy like play games, it's not that great. The reasons why are actually in Andre's review, which I can link to. But I've been in an airport for say 3 hours playing a game like Fallout Shelter, and it will easily drain 40 to 50% of the battery in those 3 hours. It's quite annoying. Now, for the Force Touch, what we have here, so we take this picture of Chi-Chi the cat, and we can press down to zoom in, which you think, okay, that's fine, but don't forget the usual zoom happens and you can see a lot more with it. So the usefulness of Force Touch as a gallery feature is pretty poor. And the other thing you can do with Force Touch is what Huawei call the fun scale. Now, when you lay this down on the surface, it will measure between 100 and 400 grams. In my experience, it's pretty difficult to try and even get an Apple to register. It does kind of work. It's not that great of a feature, but Huawei wanted to show off their Force Touch implementation. One of the things I really like about Huawei's interface is what they call Knuckle. So, because there's no app drawer, if you want to go to the camera, you have to go to where the camera is and select camera, or do a small scroll down and do a search for camera. Now, I like apps to be on every screen, so I prefer the ability to do that. But if you want to do the camera, you just get your Knuckle and you write a C, and pretty quickly it opens up the camera. You can also do M for music, and it'll open up the music player, and it does two other letters for a total of 4, and you can determine which apps are presented on each one. Now, those are some of the features about the Huawei Mate S. It's not easy to explain into text, so I hope you found this video useful. All my other thoughts about the Mate S are on the AnandTech website, and I'll put a link to that, and I hope you enjoyed the video.